Hey everyone, Gene Ginsburg here and the lovely Angela Giles.
Hey everyone, I am so excited to be back with Jean because I missed Jean yesterday. So, this is so fun, Tech Thursday. And I want to share with you, Jean. I don't know if you had a chance to watch the Facebook Live, but one of the things that I wanted to bring up before we dive into tech questions really quick is the whole reason we started this community was to have a place where women could come in that might need help with digital marketing, might need help with tech, and they struggle with those kind of things. We wanted a place and a community for you to come in. So we do these fun, quick 10, 15-minute Facebook Lives every day, Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Pacific. And on Thursday, we're talking about tech. So we just encourage you just to come in this group and bring your questions and support one another. It's really fun. I look forward to this every day because it's my wheelhouse, and I know Jean does too.
Yeah. And join our group, WEDM, that group. If you punch that in, it'll take you to our Facebook page. And if you're a woman entrepreneur and you're using digital or tech, which I think everybody at this point should be, that's where we all talk about all of this kind of stuff. And today we're going to be taking questions because today is Tech Thursday. And you had an interesting call with your mastermind that was all about video. And I would love to hear some of the questions that came up in your conversation at your mastermind. I think would be awesome questions.
Yes. So the Mr. Famous Greg Roulette, who Jean knows personally, and she has worked with him. He's amazing. Came to our mastermind as a guest speaker and talked all about video for like an hour and a half. I mean, it was freaking phenomenal. It was actually maybe longer than that. It was like an hour and 45 minutes.
Wow.
Oh, and I just lost one of my little head things. So at the end of the day, here's my takeaway. My takeaway is that video is king or video is queen, and that you here's something that I just think is brilliant. If you're going to use, first of all, he said Facebook is the place. Like if you had to pick one platform put your video on, he recommended Facebook, and he made a comment, and I'm going to paraphrase because this is, I don't remember his exact words, but you know how people diss on Facebook, like, oh, Facebook. But at the end of the day, video is the perfect place for you to make your video, put it up, and run simple Facebook ads for video views because they're inexpensive and you can get your content like really super widely distributed. And that's not necessarily tech, and there's some cool things, some cool apps.
We can talk about tech stuff related to video.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. But I just wanted to put that out there because I thought it was really interesting that he made that comment. And then he also commented and made this comment too about video, that yes, YouTube is really important, but that what you should do is take your YouTube video and actually turn it into square videos for Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn, and upload them instead of putting the link to the YouTube, because Facebook doesn't, or LinkedIn, they don't like it as much. They want what they call their own content, if you will.
Yes, and I hear that all. Yes, absolutely. Everything that I've heard and everything that I've read is make sure that it's native content. Don't put a YouTube link to your LinkedIn or a Facebook link to your YouTube or whatever. Make sure that it's native to that platform. So if you have a video and it's just a raw, a video that's an MP4 file, upload that directly to LinkedIn. Don't upload a YouTube video.
Exactly. And then here's the other thing, and I want to share with you because I wrote these apps down. So say, for example, you have a square video now for Instagram and you want to, but it's longer than, let's see.
60 seconds.
Yeah, well, say it is 60 seconds, but you want to use it in your IG stories as well. So say you upload it on regular Instagram, I call it Instagram native, but you want to use it in IG stories. There's an app called Cut Story that you can upload it to. Yeah. And I'm like, that's brilliant, because then you can have 4 15-second clips and people can watch those. And then that's great. And then the other one he said was 1 min with a plus sign, and that will take a video and break it into 60 seconds. And then you can swipe to watch the next one if you have a video that's longer than 60 seconds. So I thought, what a great way to repurpose things, and
absolutely.
do things.
And I'm all about repurposing. Hi, Stefan. Nice to have you on the Facebook Live. Thanks for joining. But yes, I'm all about repurposing. Okay.
I know you're the repurposing queen. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So taking, and we were doing our women's social media day summit on Tuesday. And that's actually, my presentation was all about repurposing and how you can take one video, let's say, a 5-minute video that's about one topic. Let's say you were talking about creating content or creating blogs or whatever, and you can make those into like 1-minute segments. And I think those apps are awesome because you don't even need to like use any fancy equipment or a fancy software. You can just use those apps, and that's tech, right? That's all about tech.
yeah, no,
And you
it's
can cut
true.
them into 1-minute segments.
Well, and I think it's really smart because video is the thing now. And if you can like, do these little things that will help you tech wise to get your content out there more, then you can get in front of more people, your ideal clients. So I love it. And I think it's really important. Something else he said from a perspective, because one of the things about video, I want to say he said it was either 85% I think he said 85% of Facebook videos that people scroll by if they don't have like captions on them. So from a tech perspective, he was saying like he uses Rev and he gets SRT file and you can just upload it with the video. And the other thing he mentioned was if you're using video on social, don't put an intro. You can have an extra, like an outer, the out thing at the very end, but don't have an intro because people will lose interest. They don't care about your fancy logo.
So the one thing that I do see like Gary Vee do is actually do like a little like 5-second like part of his video where it's like the hook, where he's like where he like said something or has a question or has like a hook that he uses, and he puts that in front of the video. And then he like, and then it's like, so they edit it out, like where they edit like just a 5-second like hook, put it in front, and then he goes into the rest of a video. So that's what I think actually works really well. Is like you like hook somebody with like 5 or 10 seconds.
Absolutely. And I love that. So, and and Gary Vee has the advantage of being Gary Vee too.
Absolutely, but I'm saying like his strategy is really good. Like it's not about him being Gary Vee. It's like what he's strategically, putting a hook in the front so that people can actually like not have an intro, but have like something like they're like, oh, this is an interesting point. Like that's a hook, and then I'm going to watch the rest of the video.
Right. So, absolutely.
Yeah.
So. So I just thought it was fascinating with all the different things that you can do with video that he was sharing, and from the tech perspective too, with the, uploading. I mean, obviously you can hire someone to like add your captions and things like that, but not everybody. And a lot of the people that watch us or women in our group are solopreneurs. So it's just a matter like, if you really want to like get your video out there that you make, one of the other suggestions he said, and I thought this was interesting too, from a tech and quality perspective, Gene, was that if you make a Facebook Live and then download that video, the quality isn't going to be as good as like, say you make a Zoom video and then you upload it to Facebook. Really? Yeah. So I thought that was interesting too. But then on the flip side, he did say, it's not that you have to have perfect quality either. Like, you just have to decide how fast and quick you want to get things out and what's going to be the best for you.
And what I found is that actually the best quality video is on your phone. Zoom is not as good. And I've seen that it's usually like a little grainy, but the best quality is in terms of like the actual like video itself is on your phone. And I've actually done that. I do try to do most of my videos on my phone versus on Zoom, unless I'm doing it with someone like this. So that's actually
and I want to share my setup. Do you like my setup?
I like your furry little microphone.
Yeah, well, it's like a wind blocker thing. So you can take it out. I got this on Amazon and I've been doing the exact same thing. And it's so easy. I just sit it by the side of my desk and I get my video out or my phone and I make videos. But it's awesome because I live in Las Vegas. And so my air conditioning is always like it will turn on in the middle of me making a video. And I'm like, son of a...
Yeah, I want to talk about my setup for video, but before that, Dawn did had a couple comments. Thanks for commenting. Yeah, what she said, don't tell me what you're going to tell me for 5 minutes and don't ever tell me. So yeah, absolutely. It's so true. Like, don't try to like preface the whole video in the beginning. Just like tell me what you're going to tell me. So I totally agree. And then Dawn said, I heard it was 3 seconds now, so I'm assuming you're mentioning like the little hook that I mentioned before, like a 3-second hook. Yeah, it could be 3 seconds, 5 seconds, something like that. And absolutely true. You want to have like a very short hook in the beginning, so like people like see that. So thanks for commenting, Dawn. yeah, please, if you guys have any comments or questions, this is what we're here for, Tech Thursdays. And we love talking about this stuff. But I wanted to share my setup. Yeah, I have a pretty simple, very cheap, a very simple setup. When I do videos on my phone, I have two things besides my phone. They're all under 50. Both of them were under $50. The whole setup was under $50 on Amazon. I have a little ring light. I don't have it with me now, but I have like a little ring light.
Is it like this?
Yeah, a little bit bigger. Yeah,
It's
like on a little tripod, and it was like $35 on Amazon. So like absolutely very inexpensive. And then I have a little lavalier mic. I don't have it with me today, but I have it's just like hooks up to my shirt, and so I hook it up to my phone, and it's really good audio. So that was $15. So all of this is under $50. I do have a separate microphone that I use for podcasting. It's kind of similar to what you have, Angela. It's a Snowball Ice, I think it's a Snowball Ice, but it's one of those snowballs. And that one works really well for podcasting.
Oh, and I want to show you another one. I have, like, if you're outside.
Yeah.
I know this looks kind of funky, but it's really cool.
I used to have one of those. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can put it like on a tree or on something.
Yeah.
And you hook it up. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, and this one has a little microphone too, but I bought that other one just because of it helps with wind quality and with my air. Yeah, so it's great.
That's my setup. Really inexpensive. So if you want to,
Stephen said, yeah,
I'm using a daylight lamp. Yeah, that's actually a good one too. I don't use one of those, but if you want to add a link to that in your, like, if you bought it on Amazon, definitely tell everybody what your daylight lamp looks like. So yeah, thanks for sharing, Stefan. That's a good one as well. A Gorilla Pod, yeah. That's what you have, a Gorilla Pod, Angela. So that's a good one too.
Well, I have to have a laugh because I love tech when it comes to being on the computer and all of that and my iPhone. But don't try to tell me to put together something like this that comes in two separate things. I'm like, oh, hell no. I bought a bunch of stuff and I got it and it wouldn't work with my phone. So I'm like, honey, my husband, we've been together, married 22 years, been together 24 years. Like, I'm like, I'm done. I'm done.
You're not
done.
Really like a mechanical tech person.
No, I'm like, oh, hell
tech
no. Yeah. So he's like, it's okay, honey. And he like ordered everything for me and put it all together and he thinks like people that are good like that. Like, I mean, he can put anything together. Yeah. So don't ask me. That's the only kind of tech stuff I would have to bring him on because no.
Yeah, absolutely. Awesome. Well, if you guys have any questions, definitely leave us questions. We're here on Thursdays for Tech Thursdays. We do Q&A. So thanks for sharing, Angela, in your mastermind, the questions that you had or the points that Greg made when he was doing his presentation.
Yeah, and I do want to say one thing. That Zoom idea was mine. When I said Facebook isn't as quality, I do a lot of video on Zoom too. Before I got my little setup I just recently got. So he didn't say that. He just said, make it somewhere else. And I don't remember where else he said. So I just wanted to clarify that point to make sure.
Yeah. So yeah, if you guys have questions, please share it in the comments, or if you have questions offline, you can of course message us and we will take questions here on Tech Thursdays every Thursday at 11 a.m. Pacific, 12 Mountain, 2 p.m. Eastern. We love having you here. Thanks for joining us. Anything you want to add before we wrap up?
No, Angela? I love this community. I love doing these. It's so much fun. I look forward to it every day. So keep coming and asking questions and be involved. We're here to like support you and everybody's here to serve you. That's what this is all about. So thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks everybody. Good chat with you and we'll see you on the next Facebook Live.